Today we are here to talk about the iPhone 12 mini, iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Max. I don't have the iPhone 12. Sorry, only had room in the budget for 3 brand new iPhones. But the big difference is we have 2 cameras on the mini, 2 cameras on the 12, and then we have 3 on the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max. Now, what we're dealing with is on the 12 Pro, we have a telephoto that has 10 times zoom, and then we have the 12 Pro Max, which is up to 12 times zoom if my memory and my cheat notes are correct. So that is what we're working with here, the telephoto, and that's a big difference. The other big difference, if it's even a difference, if you even care, is you can record, edit, shoot in Apple ProRes on the Pro models. If you don't need that, you don't need that. Don't buy something you don't need. My personal experience of these devices, the 12 Mini has been my daily driver since I bought it. I know it's a shame I have these other 2 gorgeous phones. I think I'm gonna end on the 12 Pro, and you're about to see why. So the first thing I want to do is I want to share with you a guessing game. I want you to guess which of these devices took which photo. This is just natural point, click, shoot, no enhancements. Now, how can we actually tell that there's anything different, or these are even different devices? They all look kind of the same, maybe, maybe not. We're going to zoom in on the light source, the lamp post, and take a look at that. So take a look at that, set it aside, put it in memory. We're going to guess what that is in a moment. The next one, same exact photo, same location, same everything, taken within seconds of each other. Here we are, and we're looking at this one. Now, this one has a little bit different of an effect, and I want you to know I took this picture twice to make sure that there was nothing different or weird going on about my shooting. And in both times I took it, I got that light glare. So which one of these devices, we're gonna keep it simple, do you think took the 3rd picture? If you're feeling froggy, tell me which of these devices do you think took picture number 1, 2, 3? Head down to the comments and let me know. After the video's up about 5 to 7 days, I will go ahead and respond to which camera phone took each individual photo. But I want you to tell me which one do you think took image number 3. I'm having a hard time getting on board with Apple's front-facing selfie nighttime mode feature. I don't think or feel that it is using the same technology as the other cameras, the rear-facing cameras. My reasoning and thought behind it is as that photo is being taken, the screen actually lights up and illuminates your face, which if you are creating an artificial light source, it's not really a true nighttime photography mode. So I have a problem with that, and I took a little video, and you see my whole screen lights up there, which it's kind of like, why is it lighting up? So I think if there's a little trickery going on here, Apple, I'm not really on board with the way that you're doing your selfie nighttime shots. Not yet, not at the moment. So we went ahead and we reviewed all 3 of these. Personally, I think the Pro did a really, really good job. I think the Mini did an okay job, but the Pro Max is actually my least favorite, and I don't know why, because it should be the exact same camera all the way around, but I think that the Pro, my opinion, took the best photo. So we're gonna go ahead and move over to another shot that the Mini took. Now this is over at downtown St. Pete, right outside a delicious restaurant on 2nd Avenue Northeast and Beach Drive. Looking at the Mini, it really captured the reflection of the trees and everything going on. Really, really happy with it. The only thing I wasn't terribly happy with, and I don't think that it was a big difference, but the shadows seem really, really dark. When you go off into the distant, those shadows look pretty dark. Up in the trees look pretty dark too. Not knowing if it's gonna be much different in the other ones. I'm kind of looking at these the exact same time that you are. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the Pro, and it looks like it's a little bit lighter with the shadows in the trees, but it's just as dark with the shadows in the trees, almost like it severely underexposed that area, probably even more on the 12 Pro. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the 12 Pro Max, and we're gonna see, it looks like we got the exact same thing that we were looking at in the other two images. The trees, they do look a little bit lighter, so there's a little bit better of a dynamic range, but going ahead and looking at that dark spot in the trees in the background, not much detail there. It's really hard to tell. I mean, these are very similar photos, very similar cameras. So it's like, what's the difference? They all got the same chips, they got the same hardware. So we're just trying to look and showcase, is there anything different? So we're gonna go ahead and look at the selfie mini. This is just straight up selfie mode, nothing special. Putting the 12 and the 12 Pro Max up next to each other. They look very, very similar, like the same exact photo, no different at all. But let's go ahead and grab the mini, the one that's severely cheaper. And is there a difference? Am I losing anything? It does look that the color does come out a little bit different in the mini than it comes out in the Pro. Now the colors on the Pros, they do seem to be a little bit more consistent with each other, but still not identical. I'm gonna go ahead and take a trip down memory lane, and we're gonna take a look at that backyard shot, except this time we're actually gonna activate night mode. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the mini and take a look at that. It looks good, it looks beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and zoom in again on the light in the trees and see all of that detail. Some pretty good detail. And now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the 12 Pro, and this picture came out really good overall for a nighttime shot. This is a great picture. Apple should be proud of their nighttime mode because it is doing a really, really good job. The Pro Max, we're gonna zoom in on the light in the trees, and we're gonna see that we got a little bit of light flare going on. So not sure what's going on there, but the light flare has returned for vengeance. This picture here, I just kind of took the shot, snapped it. Portrait mode was activated, but I see very little signs in the Pro with any sort of bokeh or blurred background effect at all. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Pro Max. And the Pro Max, we got a little bit better of a blur. The menu is a little bit on the blurry side, a little bit more versus on the Pro, so it's kicking in a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take a look at the mini. This one actually took a different angle, which was weird, but the bokeh effect really, really kicks on. The mini actually did the better bokeh effect out of all three of these devices, and I thought that was really cool. And again, settings, camera, everything identical. And we went ahead and we happened to stumble across a little sand castle competition. So this looks actually really, really cool. So I took a few photos to go ahead and showcase with you guys today. One thing I can point out right away is the color on the mini is different than the Pro and the Pro Max. The actual color of the sand that I'm shooting at the exact time of day came out different on all three devices. Seems to be a little bit of an inconsistency, but it seems to be a consistent inconsistency. So if that makes any sense, at least you're getting a better idea of what we're working with here. So now we have another sandcastle. This one is a little bit different, and what I want to do is I want to start off on looking at the mini, and I want to go ahead and take a look at that sign that's sitting right there. It says, "I love it when Grutos talks dirty to me." I'm not sure what that means, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the sign on the Pro. Oh, I get it. The seashell is talking to the little lady, and that's what the talking dirty is, because seashells, when you listen to them, you can hear the ocean and it talks dirty. And now we're gonna take a look at the Pro Max, and we're gonna see which one of these photos zoomed in do you think gave you the best detail, the best color, the best interpretation. I will have to say, looking at all of these side by side, all next to each other, I'm really really impressed. It does seem that the cameras did get into sync as far as their color interpretation and the detail. So I don't think that there's any clear winner right there. What we're doing here is we're activating the bokeh. We are starting with the iPhone 12 mini. It doesn't, in my opinion, look good. I think Apple's bokeh works good on people faces. It does not work good on objects, just saying. But if you go ahead and look at the 12 Pro Max, I mean, it really did a hard cut off on the little Android antennas. So the 12 and the 12 Pro both did the same thing. The mini actually did the best job at keeping kind of one antenna, and then the other one was kind of starting to fade out. So it didn't do a great job, but it did the best job of the three, which I think is really, really weird. The big difference for me for the cameras, it's gonna come down to the telephoto. Do you need a telephoto lens? If the answer is no, then you are 100% good staying with the mini or the iPhone 12. You don't have to go up to the 12 Pro. If you don't care about cameras, but you are an all-day, day and a half, 2-day battery person, then you're probably gonna wanna lean more towards the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max. My experience, iPhone 12 mini, I have not killed it yet. There's never a time in my life where I am going from point A to point B where I do not have access to a charger. So I have to purposely go out of my way to not plug my phone in so I can go ahead and report these things, these findings back to you guys, my lovely viewers. Now, what I want to share with you is the mini will get you through a whole day, no problem. Heavy use. The 12 Pro, the 12 Pro Max, they outshine the mini, but they have bigger batteries. But what the mini can do, I think it's like a 22 or 2400 milliamp battery, which isn't that big. It is not that big, but it gets you through the job. So I think the difference on whether or not you're gonna get one of these devices, still photography, is not gonna be your deciding factor. I think you're gonna have more factors to pick from. You're gonna have to inspect the video quality of these, the battery life of all of these, which one of these is better for your personal workflow. But when it comes to the cameras, well, I'm gonna let you decide, because personally, I can't tell that there's a difference. Now we're gonna go ahead and go back and reveal to you now at the end of the video on which of those photos was taken by which camera. The first photo was the iPhone 12 Pro, the second photo was the iPhone mini, and the third was the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is consistent with the light flare, the glare, whether or not you have it activated for nighttime mode or not, it still picked it up. So there's a little bit of a deficiency there. Apple has a little update that they got to go ahead and publish to get that fixed. Guys, we are still in the midst of this crazy world. Keeping our phones safe, secure, and in cases is important, but it's also important to clean your phone, which is why I want to draw your attention to the Phone Soap Pro. I put all of my devices through the Phone Soap Pro with the case off, and then I put the case separate. The UV lights inside of this thing shine all around, and it bathes it, and it destroys bacteria, germs, diseases, things that could get me, my friends, my family, my workstations icky and sick. So I want you to stay sanitized, and this is the perfect way to sanitize your device, and it would make for a great gift. So go ahead and follow my link in the description, catch a discount code, enjoy that, and thank me later. Guys, if you like the video, you want to see more videos like this, you want to see more of me, or you just want to support the channel, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, show me all that algorithmic love, and until next time, friends and family, for the love of tech, namaste.